Hey guys, Aaron here, and tables are cool. Not the ones you eat dinner at or even the ones that you do in math class, but one in particular, the periodic table of elements. The basis of and home to so many scientific discoveries, it's pretty cool. Let's dive in. Developed by Dmitri Mendeleev dating back to 1860, the periodic table was the first successful categorization of elements in the emerging field of chemistry. Dmitri used his knowledge of elements gained from the time he spent in his university's laboratory, which must be noted was a feat to accomplish. Dmitri's father died while he was 13, which was followed by his family's factory burning down a year later. After his 10 siblings had moved out, he rode horseback over 1,500 miles to St. Petersburg University with his mother, where he was admitted. Safe to say, Dmitri had a little bit to prove. So, in his school's labs, Dmitri and another team of chemists realized that there was a periodic relation between elements and their atomic number. Thus, the periodic table was born. Over the years, Mendeleev continued working on the table, adding elements in the slots he'd left as they were discovered. So, that's some of the history, but what makes it so cool? Well, besides the fact that you can spell out cool stuff, it's just crazy the amount of perfectibility Mendeleev was able to discover in the table. Moving through the periodic table, all the elements are properly ordered by their atomic number, which is equal to their protons and electrons, but we can get even more in depth. Sorting even more extensively, different portions or groups of the periodic table share characteristics which are also nicely sorted. On the far left, we have the alkali metals, known for being soft, shiny, and reactive. These aren't found in nature, but rather extracted from compounds by chemists. Next is the alkaline earth metals, which have low electronegativities and are slightly less reactive than the alkalis. The center of the periodic table is the transition metals, known to be unreactive and malleable, while being good conductors of heat and electricity. Their ability to conduct electricity well is what helps power a lot of our gadgets today. This section contains the metals that are more well known, such as gold and silver. The next section is kind of the miscellaneous section, with metals, metalloids, gases, and non-metals all in a big bunch of random elements. Over from there is the group of very reactive halogens, which are gases that react well with alkali and alkalines. On the far right we have the noble gases, which we've worked with a lot this year. As you probably know, these are the unreactive gases of the periodic table. Noble gases were undiscovered in Mendeleev's time, much like the reactive lanthanides and the radioactive actinides. Almost as undiscovered as the talent of the combination of NO and CS2.
Wow.
Getting back on track here, let's expand on the lanthanides and actinides. While they aren't as commonly spoken of or taught, they're still pretty interesting. Lanthanides do have some real-life uses. They're used in permanent magnets, superconductors, and in hybrid cars. Many actinides are man-made under the conditions of nuclear reactors. In fact, the name actinium comes from the Greek word actis, meaning beam or ray. Also, no actinides have a stable isotope. They're all radioactive, as I said before.
The property called radioactivity means that individual atoms decay at a certain rate and emit energy in the process. Each decay event results in a breakdown of the original atom into an atom of a different element.
Another great thing about the periodic table is that we're able to determine things about an element, such as its ionization energy, atomic radius, or shielding amount, just by looking at its location on the periodic table. The irony in this is that despite now knowing that the periodicity of elements is a function of electrons, Mendeleev denied the existence of atoms, so we can presume he would have done the same to electrons had they been discovered in his time. The periodic table is a representation of reality, a way of sorting the universe as it exists. Hopefully, after seeing this video, you've remembered some things you've forgotten, or perhaps even learned something new. I will now leave you with a short clip showing a reaction of potassium chlorate and sugar. Thanks for watching.